You know what's crazy? I know Hasbro threw us a bone by giving us this face mold right here of a popular character, Scorponok from Beast Wars. But why not name the other version of this mold Paralon and name this guy Scorponok? Because it's obviously supposed to be Scorponok. I mean, make the other guy some type of drone and any or whatever. But anyway, hold on. T-Man 978 Show Review. Hello, everyone. Get out of the way because I gotta show your box off. Here, this stuff is. This still has Starscream on it, just like on the Starscream box. It's a Toys R Us exclusive. They show you that he is compatible with Minicon weaponizers. Here's the artwork right here, which this is the face for Scorponok and not Paralon. Does Paralon mean something? I don't know. But anyway, this is part of Transformers Robots in Disguise Clash of the Transformers. That's a big title right there. Here is this stuff on the back right here. You can see he's supposed to transform in 11 steps. And maybe specifically has to work with this Minicon right there, because just like Starscream, he can't hold Ratbat in any significant way. Just like Starscream, I think Paralon has some better engineering, or not engineering, but I think he's constructed better than the other Robots in Disguise figures I've had, because there's like damn near, besides this stuff, zero hollowness in the arms. The legs does have this right there, and due to transformation, the back of the legs are hollow right there. But this is the worst offender as far as hollowness. The scorpion tail, that looks bad. But he still looks good. I showed off the face. One problem, the head turns that much to the left and that much to the right. Looks down about not at all. It can look up a little bit though. One cool piece of engineering they put in here, and it's specifically for this, his arm goes out to the side. They swivel, but they put a little hinge there so his arm could lift up. That's the only use for this hinge. He doesn't use that in his beast mode. But they put a lot of significant paint on him. He looks good. Like there's a layer of purple over top of his forearm right there. Same as on the tail, they put yellow up there. It's basically nothing on the legs. But as far as his height, oh, one thing before I get into the height, if they would have put a thigh swivel or whatever, it would have made posing him a tiny bit more easy. But he does have a ton of joints in the legs, and his hips are a little bit loose. They're not as loose as Starscream, but probably gonna have to fix him up with some floor polish as well. But just to show you, this is what he looks like from the back. And now let's get into the size comparisons. Here he is next to Skull Smasher, and let's lower the camera. But technically, you can make him a little bit higher if you wanted to. Well, the higher you raise that, the more he looks weird. So, but he can also get very, very low if you wanted him to. So, he's sort of, the way his head is, sort of still in like a sniveling stance. Let's get into the other articulation that I didn't get into. The hands, I guess these are supposed to be 3 fingers looking at the packaging. But the tail, I showed off the arms. The tail can actually rotate and come around to the side, and this stinger can move up and down. But the hips are on a ball joint. There's a thigh swivel, and that can come off easy depending on if you're twisting it all crazy. There's two hinges right there, and the foot can hinge back. There's kind of a soft snap right there, so it does stay into place. I guess if you want it, you can bring out these arms and Beast Wars style, make them shoot out of the legs. And I must be going nuts because I didn't move Skull Smasher that whole time. And normally people don't do stuff like that. But if you want to use him in the game, go ahead and scan that right now. Let's look at the sword. It's unpainted, but it has some detail in there. And it has a weird effect that you'll really see when I get into Scorpion mode. And let's do that now. Transformation. Take the sword out of his hand. And I've never seen a transformation like this. It's kind of weird and awkward. But these shoulders are locked into place. You're supposed to open them up right here, and they can come off, and you're supposed to slide it onto the arms. I don't really like that too much. It feels weird. I mean, it's not parts forming, but it's dangly parts. It's been a long time since I've experienced something like that in a Transformer. I can't remember which figure it was, but I have a feeling it was during the movie line. But so now the arms are transformed. Go ahead and open his back. Pull this head out. Flip this head around. Hinge the back up. And now that's good to go. The legs, bring them out to the side. Go ahead, push the feet up like this. Rotate this like this. And bring it up. There's a tab right there. It goes up here beside his head. Same stuff over here. And let's bring the legs down. It said 11 steps, but I don't know, was that 11 steps? But anyway, he's done. He's a Scorpion. The legs are pretty static. They all move together. I mean, they're basically just to be put down and never messed with again. The tail still has all that articulation it had. It can swing forward. It can't really hit anything over top of his head too much. You can bend that down, and that's about that. The claws are disappointing. They do not open, and basically only articulation he has is in his shoulders and that bicep swivel right there. And one thing that is cool, the mandible opens, and look at that scorpion eye detail right there. How do you like that? And that effect in the sword I was talking about, bend this forward, plug in the sword to give him some extra reach, and like do this, and it kind of looks like it's shooting out venom or whatever. I mean, I know it's supposed to be a solid sword, but if you had an imagination, it does look like it's spitting out a liquid. So I guess you can shoot that on an Autobot and poison them or dissolve them or something like that. But this is a pretty simple toy. It's cool. It's cool. To show you can at least cover his face to block hits and whatnot. But for what this is, which is a Robots in Disguise figure, I think it's really nice, and this is one of the few Robots in Disguise figure that I have an inkling or have a somewhat of a desire to put into my regular Generations collection, which is a good accomplishment for a Robots in Disguise figure. They are typically stylized, but if Waspinator can be part of the Generations line, I definitely think this will fit right in. And that head sculpt right there is definitely universal. It's not really all that too much cartoony. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give me a thumbs up. That'll make me feel very good. Make sure you share my video, because that will definitely help me out. Oh yeah, you know what? I did all this and left his scorpion head still sitting there. Comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Watch the video that I put there. Also give this video a chance right there. And that's about that. T-Man 978 out of here. Thanks for watching. Yeah, I'm just gonna get him perfected. I didn't do the thumbnail yet, and I'm kind of confused as to why you're still watching this. I mean, you must really love me if the video is over, I done reviewed the thing, and you're still here.